The world today holds its breath. Tensions stretch like a wire pulled to the breaking point, humming with the electricity of distrust, pride, and power. Two nations stand at the heart of this storm, nations whose names ignite fear, fascination, and fierce loyalty across the globe, Iran and the United States. This isn't just a conflict between two governments. It's a confrontation rooted in decades of mistrust, punctuated by revolutions, sanctions, and silent wars fought in shadows. It's a battle of narratives, identities, and influence. Every headline, every leaked statement, every troop movement or naval drill pushes the world closer to the edge. The question lingers in the minds of millions: are we witnessing the opening moves of World War III? The pattern is all too familiar. Cold wars grow hot not through loud declarations but through subtle escalations. Quiet moves on a chessboard, invisible to many, but seen clearly by those who study power. A drone taken down, a general assassinated, a cyber attack traced to a foreign capital. The game is played with precision, and yet the pieces tremble because one wrong move, just one, can tip the balance from tension to tragedy. This is no longer about oil, nuclear programs, or alliances alone. It is about perception, about how one side views the other and how both refuse to yield. It is the collision of two worlds that refuse to bow. On one side, a superpower whose influence spans continents. On the other, a nation that has weathered invasions, embargoes, and isolation, yet still rises with defiance in its voice. History is not blind. It has seen this before. When pride overrides prudence, when vengeance takes precedence over vision, when warning signs are mistaken for weakness, disaster is born, empires have crumbled for less, cities have turned to ash for smaller provocations. But still, the world inches forward as if daring fate to intervene. Every conflict begins with a choice, a decision to act or not, to retaliate or walk away, and those choices are being made now in conference rooms, in war rooms, in quiet conversations behind closed doors. While the world scrolls headlines, history is being written line by line. This isn't a local dispute. It isn't confined to a region or religion. This is a global fuse. Allies are watching. Rivals are watching. The balance of power trembles like a coin caught in the air, unsure which way it will land. The consequences of war will not be contained. They never are. They ripple. They spread. They infect economies, ignite unrest, and consume the innocent before the guilty even feel the heat. And yet, despite the mounting pressure, there remains a window, narrow but still open, for reason. Because real strength is not found in domination, but in discipline. Real leadership isn't measured by missiles, but by the ability to hold back, to wait, to weigh the cost not just in dollars or votes, but in lives. One miscalculation, one misunderstood message, one act done too quickly or too late, could tip the scale. The world has seen what war does. The scars of the past still linger in the minds of those who remember. Cities still bear the marks, generations still suffer the trauma, and yet there is always a temptation to believe that this time will be different. Cleaner, quicker, justified, but war is never clean, never quick, and never just a matter of policy. It consumes what it touches, regardless of flags or borders. It burns through futures with the same indifference it burns through bridges. And when it ends, if it ends, the world is never the same. This is not a time for silence, not a time for apathy. This is a time for awareness, because while the powerful play their games of strategy, it is the powerless who often pay the price. If peace has any chance, it begins with understanding, with seeing not just the headlines but the human cost behind them, with realizing that the line between stability and chaos is thinner than ever before. So here we are at the brink, not yet in freefall, but close enough to feel the wind. The pieces are in motion, the decisions are being made, and the world waits, hoping that wisdom will win over pride, that vision will silence vengeance, that humanity will matter more than power, because once the line is crossed, once the missiles fly and the speeches end, there is no going back. The page turns and the world changes forever. Iran vs USA, the storm hasn't begun. But the clouds are gathering, and the world watches in silence, holding its breath, waiting.